Like I say, there are many legitimate gun manufacturers that make very, very good weapons. Beretti is not one of them. He is not. He claims to make the Beretta, but he doesn't make the Beretta. And if he does, he's using cheap hardened steel parts, which are junk. His guns have all. He actually made a very nice, good BB gun that was lethal, and that's actually how he started robbing trucks or making his money. He would go and use a BB gun that was semi-legal, and just a high-powered BB gun, which was I believe that's how he made his money. Basically, is that using basically a BB gun kind of shell, you could easily kill people with a small shell, pretty much. And if it was close range and moving fast enough. Anyway, though, that's basically where he starts out from his BB guns, and then basically pretending to make real guns, which he never did. They do not really manufacture guns. They do not really do anything. They do kind of mostly they hijack trucks basically. And basically, if you want a gun, do not go to him. Go to the Chinese or the Germans or let's see, who else could you go to? China is really good for guns. You should go there. Some the Middle East. You can go to some Middle East people. There's where my Damascus steel mine was in the Middle East, which is where it is. Basically Israel. Go to Israel. Talk to Israel. They may be able to hook you up with some very, 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 very good weapons. Do not go to Ronnie Brady. You are probably going to get your own gun. He usually hijacks his own guns right back from you, and they're usually cheap piece of junk steel. And he does not use the cheap piece of junk steel. He does buy from normal and very good gun manufacturers, but what he sells is cheap and junk. And yes, wiggly, bendable. Basically, quality control is there's no quality control. Basically, if it looks like he has good gun, he may present you with one or two or 50 good guns, but then the rest after that are going to be the cheapest, most piece of junks ever, including non hardened barrels. I don't really know exactly what the deal is with him. But yes, he was very well known, and you can talk to. He sells mostly to street gangs and other people. So, not exactly. I wouldn't. Yeah, go to Israel, go to China, go to almost anywhere else. Birmingham. That's another good one. There are many, like I had my gunsmith in Birmingham. There's many, 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 many very good and very expert gunsmiths. Ronnie Brady is not one of them. Do not go to him. Do not talk to him. You should really probably seek out someone that really actually knows how to build guns. And most gun things, he just uses plans from other people's guns. There's nothing special about him. Everything he sells is basically something he'll buy a gun and they'll reverse engineer it. So, and you can go to China or lots of other people, the Germans. There's a couple French companies as well, but very, very, very good expertise people that where you will actually be getting like a Damascus steel or a titanium barrel or something of good quality. It's going to cost you some money, yeah, but it's not going to wear out and it's never going to warp. So, and your children will be able to use this gun, and it will look just as good as the day you bought it. So, whereas Ronnie Ronnie Beretti's, well, it's probably going to jam on you, and you're probably going to have to be changing the barrels all the time. They're junk. They're just normal steel, and like I said, hardened steel barrels don't work. The problem is when you're firing the heat. Basically, the whole idea of how to make a barrel hard is basically, you can't let, a hardened knife will be hard, but as soon as you heat it up again, it's not going to lose its hardness. So he claims they solved the hardened metal problem, and there's certain things you can do, but you can't. There's a limit. You just can't do that. You need like some sort of um, the best thing to do is use the Damascus steel or some sort of really hard steel. That's just Just the way you need to do it. And there are ways, there are processes and stuff like that. It's not really that hard to get the good steel. It's just that he doesn't do it. So he charges full price. You're going to pay just as much with him as you would pay other places. Only what he sells you is going to be a piece of crap. Hardened steel and just normal steel. Like it's all just aluminum and hardened steel. There's nothing exotic in his guns at all. Oh, real intimidating sound. Yeah, well, until it jabs on you. Like I said, the problem with using those metals is that they warp. Warping equates jamming. Ah. That's why guns jam, because you go and then it warps. It gets bigger. And then it's just like in an engine, a piston, a car cylinder, when it overheats, it gets, and it's stuck. And then God, you Brady. Yeah, and then you're dead. So that's why we use hardened steel and we use really good stuff, because it doesn't jam. Anyway, hardened steel or the better steels, they don't warp, they don't bend, they don't change in mass. The amount that it actually changes, I forget. I forget what it is. If it's the amount of molecules or whatever, there's a certain ratio. You can go talk to a metallurgist; they'll tell you all about it. I mean, they'll tell you everything about it. As far as what kind of metals will expand, what won't. And also that there's also an order to everything. You want your outside metals to expand more than your inside metals. So it expands away. It adds more clearance instead of less. And stuff like that. And a good metallurgist, a good gunsmith, knows all these things. So, anyways, otherwise, because you can't put some metals with some metals, because otherwise it goes, it heats up and expands, and then, and then you're over there, and then it's got too much play, and then and all that. I don't really know. It's been forever since I had to think about all this stuff. I mean, when I was younger or whatever, I was like, okay, oh my God, that, okay, this will expand more than that one. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah. So I was like that when I was younger. I was like that, because I was all Lucifer Star, metallurgist, everything. I thought about these things, and that's how you get like the Lex Lee Luce or whatever. It's LEF, AU, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So and those are Damascus steel or titanium, and they'll last forever almost. So like I used to charge like $150 for our guns, for my guns, and you know what? People would pay $150 or $300 for my guns. They'd pay $1,000 for my guns because they knew you buy one of Lucifer Star's guns, and you never have to buy another gun, and it won't jam on you. So, and a $50 gun doesn't do you a lot of good if it jabs on you. So everyone would pay the more money, and then my gun, people love my guns. People would kill people just to get my guns. Because from those people, it's like, oh shit, you're probably gonna get killed because you have one of my guns, and everybody wants those guns. Because my guns were the most sought after guns because everyone knew that they didn't jam and they lasted forever. So, anyway. And they're still using them. I mean, they would cut off the barrels and use them as handgun, shotgun barrels things. Because would just... the gun's like 500 or 1,000 years old, and they're still using it. That's a Lucifer gun, a Lucifer Star gun. So, yeah. Anyway, whatever.